Hi, this is Melody, and I have with me Elizabeth. I believe empathy produces acts of justice because when I connect with empathy, it motivates me to action, which is justice, power used for good. So how do you connect empathy and justice to impact those in your sphere of influence?
Well, I definitely think being able to hear the students and being able to then kind of perceive what's going on. So if a student shares that, they're homeless, they're barely eating, being able to walk in their shoes, imagining yourself in that same situation where you're sitting, wondering where your next meal is going to be, the parent is struggling, those type of things. I think, we always say being able to walk in that person's shoes. It really is being able to walk in their shoes so that you're able to then use your power, what resources that you have, to then extend that good or that resource for them to better themselves. And so it's really taking that time to feel what they're feeling, taking time to hear what their emotions and what they're expressing, and being able to take that on, not to live there, but take it on for that moment to be able to then help them. If you don't understand where someone is, you're not going to know where they're supposed to be or where they're going to be going. So it's taking that time to be in that moment with them, understand where they're coming from, taking that emotion that they're experiencing, being there with them, and then using the power that you have to then take them further.
I hear almost a balance of empathy there, that it's a purity of empathy, but you can't become so emotionally consumed in that, or you wouldn't be able to help them. It would almost be like a surgeon crying while they're trying to operate on you. They have to properly manage that empathy so that they can do surgery. And so what you just shared is how you have to properly manage that empathy, because you see such value in them that your empathy propels you, but it has to be in a balanced way so it really does do justice for them.
Yes.
So is that hard for you at times?
Yes.
Emotionally to do that?
It is. There is times that I've gone home feeling what I've felt during the workday, and having to be able to, speak to EJ to kind of release it, or speak to my husband, to kind of release what had happened during the day, because it is easy to take on fully what that person is going through, especially when you can't help them. There's times where you want to do justice, you want to do right, you want to help them, but there's times that you're kind of restrained in what you can do. And so it's not holding on to what you can't do, but being able to then express what I have done and how far I can go with helping. Because we're not going to always fully meet that person's need or fully be able to extend complete justice to that person. But it's only doing your part, what you can do. And I think that's important, leaning on what you have done, not staying in what you can't do for that person.
And recognizing when you've given your best, you have to rest.
Yes.
And that's difficult, especially when you've experienced injustice in your own life and you've had your own battles and your own struggles. But it wasn't just one person, was it?
No.
There was different individuals that came together that invested into you to be an instrument of justice in your life, same as in my life. And so when enough of us do our part, we really can change our world.